The Urban League of Greater Cleveland, helping African Americans and other minorities help themselves.
The Urban Leagues program gave me that motivation and they helped me to feel confident.
The Youth Apprenticeship Program basically introduced me to the corporate world.
The Urban League is the only organization that actually helped me when I was looking for a job.
I see the League as the link between employee and employer. The League provides businesses with qualified candidates, and we provide the opportunities for the job seekers.
Everyone has hopes, dreams, and aspirations. We see it as our job at the Urban League to provide encouragement, to keep reaching for those aspirations, and at the same time give our clients something to grasp when they do reach.
By improving the quality of life in Cleveland and promoting economic growth, the Urban League has been instrumental in Cleveland's rebirth. Organizations such as the Urban League are the heart of our city.
This is what I've always wanted to do, seriously. This is all what I wanted to do. But I started a family and I didn't get the proper training. So I got the training with the Urban League.
When I look at the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, I see a demonstrated history of successful programs, most especially their exceptional social services programs. To me, the Urban League is making a difference. It's these types of services and accomplishments that place the League at the center of Cleveland's revitalization.
The training that I'm getting from the Urban League, I know will help me get a better job.
I see the League as a leader in supporting social science research because they use the research as a way of shaping their programs, and it allows them to change their programs as problems in the community change.
Finding an exact definition for what the Urban League is and what it means to different people might be challenging, but our goal is simple: helping African Americans and other minorities help themselves. We promote equality for all people through research, advocacy, and the provision of services.
The Urban League of Greater Cleveland is a public service organization that provides a wide variety of programs and services to the undereducated and educated job seekers, youth, and senior citizens. These programs and services fall under one of three main areas: employment and training, health and education, and housing. Founded more than 75 years ago, the League continues to help African Americans and other minorities develop the motivation, skills, and confidence they need to better themselves to be on par with all Americans.
Following are 4 of our success stories as told through the eyes of people who've been directly touched by the Urban League. While these stories are powerful, they are just a few of the thousands of success stories that we've helped create in our community.
Prior to my going to the Urban League, I worked at a hotel as a housekeeping supervisor, and I was there for almost 2 years. And I got to the point where I wanted to advance, but I didn't see much possibility of me being able to do that without computer training and more office skills. So I learned of the Urban League through a job fair that City Hall was hosting, and I got information on it, and then I just contacted them and told them I wanted to get into the next class. The Urban League offers a wide variety of programs in the community, and the one that interested me was the office automation computer training course. Our day would basically consist of, we would start with a math class, which was about an hour, and then from there we would have an English course to brush up, because the people that were in the class, well, we were at different levels, so everybody had to be together. And then we would have typing, and then like a major portion of the day was just strictly computers, where we would have hands-on training because of that push that I got from them and the confidence that I did get from the Urban League's program. Now I'm in college. Without having gone through the Urban League training program, I would probably be at my previous employer and not very happy.
The Urban League is a partner with us in the Youth Apprenticeship Program through the consultant that does the training program for us. With the numbers that were being shown, the demographic numbers of the young people, especially minority males that were unemployed, we thought this would be one of the solutions that we could put forth by bringing in young males from the high schools, our partnership high schools, in the sophomore and juniors area of their grades, into the work world.
I was in the Youth Apprenticeship Program a year ago, and I graduated successfully. I had an internship with Society Bank, and I worked over at the CSC building, where I was an office assistant. And the Youth Apprenticeship Program basically introduced me to the corporate world.
I think for Key Corporate it's been very good. Very good because we not only are getting a good quality entry-level employee by our people, by the professionals that work here already, getting a chance to interface with our young people from our urban school setting. Just think in a matter of 3 years or so now, we've put out about 101, 102 students that have job skills. Those 101, 102 students become revenue producers. Revenue produces taxes. Taxes help our city.
A lot of my friends are not jealous, but envious of me because I'm in this program. They would love to be in this program, but unfortunately, there's not a lot of space, and it's still a trailblazer.
The partnership with the Urban League has been fantastic for us, and we hope that we, again, in hand with the Urban League, will be able to take this model to other areas around the country.
Someday I would like to own my own business, hopefully in engineering, and I think this has really taught me a lot about professionalism and how to conduct myself in a business atmosphere.
Someone would come to the Urban League Housing Department seeking to find low-income to moderate income housing, or if they're in default in paying their mortgage payments, or if they're trying to buy a house.
You need to help as far as counseling. The number one step, you got to have counseling to see which way you're going.
Eloise came to the Urban League because she felt desperate. She had received a letter from her mortgage company regarding foreclosure, and they had suggested coming to a housing counseling agency such as this.
Leela helped me organize all my financial status, which she set me on a budget, and I really thank her very, very much. How can I ever repay them?
Eloise Quinn was a success story because she sought out the Urban League. She found the information that she needed. She followed through, and services were provided for her. Thus, she saved her home.
When I went to the Urban League, they had you fill out an application just to get your personal background, personal history, name, address, phone number, qualifications, and ask for a copy of your resume to see what kind of field or skills you're into. Once you fill out that, then they pretty much hand you out books to what fits your job title or your skills. And you just look through the books and see what kind of job you think we would be interested in, or what kind of offer you would apply for, and pretty much from there they send you out on interviews. They line up the interview and things like that. From the United States Air Force, I learned electronics, and that's pretty much my field, electrical field. Always been in electrical repair. And then the Urban League referred me to this job here at Avatron, and this goes up under electronic manufacturing, assembling electronics. On personal feelings, I think the Urban League has helped me in the utmost. Like I said, I was out there on my own for 3 or 4 months, and you know, you go apply for applications on hearsay. You hear this company's hiring, you hear this company's hiring, but nothing really positive came about, so I came into the Urban League. Like I say, the results were just phenomenal. Just within three weeks, I had a job.
Our number one goal is to help people help themselves. The challenge that faces the Urban League and the entire community is before us. Encouraging one another to reach as far as possible, and at the same time providing something to grasp. Our effectiveness over the years is due in large part to the emphasis that we place on research. Research that keeps us at the forefront of social issues in this community.
Research at the League is exciting because There's no other place in the country that's doing what Cleveland's Urban League is doing. Research there is a partnership between the League and the College of Urban Affairs at Cleveland State. And it's supported by monies that are provided by the General Assembly as well as funds from the philanthropic community of Cleveland. So what we do is the League has come to us with a series of questions. Actually, the League's board has come to us with a series of questions. And we go and try to provide answers. So in this way, our research is responsive directly to the client. And what the client's responsive to essentially are the people of Cleveland. What we're talking about, the League knowing what is needed on the streets of Cleveland, knowing through its board what corporate requirements are, part of what the employment problems are that they face in their businesses day in and day out. And essentially, then we go and we test these ideas and suppositions. So really, what we're really talking about is not how it benefits the League, not how it benefits Cleveland State, but really how does it benefit Cleveland as a community, because that's the purpose of both these institutions, Cleveland State and the Urban League. The HUD project, or the Rising Tides Initiative, directly came out of research. We spent a period of time trying to understand underemployment or non-employment work in the minority community in Cleveland, primarily the African American community. And from there we really understood that a key problem is that year in, year out, there are 41,000 black men in this community that are without work and have been without work since our economic base really restructured. And we had to find out how can we reach those people, and also how can they link into the new economy that Cleveland's been investing in. So what we've done is we took those prescriptions, built a program around it, and rather than having the League provide all of the services itself, essentially it's a catalyst. And that's what the Rising Tide Initiative does. There's also job developers, because the notion is earn while you learn. The League is developing a large pool of part-time jobs so people can get work experience at the same time they're doing their education and training. You have to succeed at both. You have to succeed on the job, you have to succeed in your training, and that will get you there.
An organization like the Urban League provides one of maybe the last opportunities to train people for employers. We as employers have to understand that we're going to pay for these people, whether they're working or not, one way or the other. Okay? These kids are on welfare or they can't work. We're going to pay for them through social programs. It's better to invest money in organizations like the Urban League so that they can reinvest that talent and that money into people who become worthwhile citizens and good employees. So it's probably one of the best investments you can make.
Through the combined efforts of the public sector, volunteers, the business community, and the professional staff, the Urban League is helping to provide undereducated and educated job seekers, youth and senior citizens of Greater Cleveland with the skills they need to keep reaching and the opportunities that keep them reaching. But we can't do it without help from the community that we serve.
The success of the Urban League over the years is tremendous. Cleveland is blessed to have an organization that is so committed to community progress. As Cleveland moves into the next century, it's imperative that we support the efforts of the Urban League.
The Urban League has been helping African Americans and other minorities find their fair and just place in urban society since 1917. Through my involvement with the League, I've seen that they are very good at helping others, especially in job training and placement. But that's where the paradox lies. There have to be good jobs available on the other side of graduation day. As members of the community and as business people, we must look to ourselves, to our needs in our businesses, and guarantee real jobs to qualified men and women from minority communities. The challenge is not just for giant corporations, but for small and mid-sized firms also. We need to begin placing more qualified minorities in meaningful jobs. In our bank's apprenticeship program, we're not training bankers, we're bridging cultures, training young people for the world of work, and giving them the genuine hope of jobs that need to be filled. It It's not just the business community that has a responsibility to get involved. It's our entire community's responsibility. Everyone can be a part of the Urban League's success by hiring one of their clients, becoming a member of the League, or being a corporate sponsor. The Urban League reaches out to the community, and the time is now for us to reach out to the Urban League.
To find out more about the Urban League, call us at 622-0999.